Here we are, people. This is a long time since I've done an unboxing. Well, it was suggested to me to do an unboxing of the PS5, which I expect everybody knows about by now because there's so much been about it, hasn't there? But I, after some time, have managed to get this one. I didn't rush, to be quite honest, because I was quite happy with my PS4 Pro I was using. But we all have to move on with the times, don't we? So here we go. We will, and this, by the way, is the non-digital one. The one where you go have the discs. Now you can see Herculean strength here, trying to get it out of the box. I think, oh, probably, I'll turn it upside down. But hopefully I can keep the box intact without breaking it. There we go, comes out easy like that, doesn't it? Right, one box. Now we have another box. You must give it to them. They do package this stuff up well, don't they? So, come out. I think, by the look of what the logo on the side here, I've got this upside down. But, is there any foam before we we get the cameraman doing circles up on the ceiling? I wonder, does that come under plastic? So would they be trying to sort of stop all this plastic stuff now? I don't know. No idea, have we? Hang on, just put that down there. I just think there's something else. This is, what is this stuff made of then? It's weird, isn't it? It's like compressed cardboard. How about that? Compressed cardboard. Do you know, this thing is heavy. Mind you, I think the other ones are as well. So, while we're doing this, let me keep on chatting and by sort of saying, I didn't rush to buy this. It might be a silly thought to some people, but I just don't like it. I think it's ugly and not very impressive. Everybody's going to be shouting at me and saying, what are you talking about? But whoever wanted to make a thing like that, I don't know. They got some wow designers, haven't they, on this Sony company. Anyway, there it goes. I'm now going to go back into the box and okay, see what else we got in here. Oh, this is going to be fun in hijinks, isn't it? What about I'm doing it this way as well? Fancy putting on the inside of a box how to open it. Fancy. I tell you, some of these designers, come on, man, look at it. Have you ever in all your life thought, how do we open this box? Oh dear. Let me open it up and see what the instructions say about opening the box. Oh, man alive. Right. Now then, this should come out the bottom end now. I better just do it up again. Oh, I tell you what, I've seen something now today. Made my day, that has. Well, it is silly, isn't it? Oh, come on. Oh. Dear, oh dear. Whoops. Put that back there. Now, what is those marks on the top there? That's all. It's got some marks on the top there. Can you see it?
Oh yeah. It's like a little
It's like it
white
smudges.
speck.
Smudges. There's it's just a bit like finger marks, is it? Yeah. Well, not good. It would be interesting to see another one and see if they've all got that same sort of smudgy mark on the top.
I will say, I think the console is ugly. I said that to you before. I think the console does not look nice, but the controller. It's weird to say this, but I think that I would get one just for the controller.
Right. Yeah. So this is better for me because my hands are small. It's got, though it's a chunky controller, it's not as chunky as some. And some I find, especially the Xbox ones, they are much thicker.
Do you want to compare it to an old one? Hold on.
Have I got an old one?
PS4 one.
Right, this is on. Right, so PS4 to a PS5. See, that is not that much bigger, really. It's thicker in the middle, isn't it? But it is still, for me, with a smaller hand, very handleable. Very, very good. And I mean, these are... And sometimes if they're too small, they'll cramp your fingers because of them being too small. And, you know, but obviously it's difficult to catch the right controller when so many people have got so many different shaped hands. So they've got to go, I suppose, with... do you think they might do what they call it, algorithms, where they make things by algorithms, don't they? Have you heard about that? Well, what is it? They bunch a selection of stuff all together and work out how and who does what and when and how many and everything, and then they come up with the design.
That's how they do it, yeah.
That's how they do it. Right. Okay, yes, so that is a nice looking controller, and I wonder if it lights up when it's...
It does. So I don't know if you know, but the main selling point about this one is there's vibration motors in the back triggers.
Thing. Okay, yeah.
So
yeah,
depending on what game you play, depending on how hard and how far you press the triggers down, it affects the game and it vibrates as well.
Okay.
So you'll probably notice that when you're playing.
So I'm just looking at also the fact that there's no batteries. It is all USB thingy.
So it'll be super fast charging.
So it will be super fast charging. Okay. So there we go. This is the bog standard. Plug it into the electric to make it go. And a lot of gumph here that is screwed up again. And
do you want to say briefly how many, well, firstly, the shortage of PlayStation 5s in the last, since they've come out, but the store that you got yours from, you were told a few days ahead of time.
I have a very nice person who
you got a contact.
Gave me a heads up on what they was expecting to have, and I managed to get a pre-order in. What the hell's that? Is that a stand?
Yeah, so it can stand up.
That's a stand. So, and an HDMI. Well, I mean, we're absolutely swamped with HDMI cables. I mean, they're saying about not doing cables and things on the small little handhelds now. The DSs and that, they're not giving anything. Well, they could do the same with HDMIs and big consoles, I think, because, you know, it's a new HDMI, but plenty there in the box behind me.
I didn't think that they did give them out anymore. I thought there was a big thing about them not giving out HDMI cables anymore.
Yeah. But the thing is, I suppose, there is a difference between giving a game with all the cables and connectors into it, and that's what you pay for, as against buying a console that hasn't got all the cables in it. And if you haven't got any at home, you've got to go out and buy them. So that puts more expense for people on buying a small handheld console. I mean, it's like everything, isn't it? There's always two sides to look at things. But at the moment, we are up to our eyeballs in HDMI cables. We got the cable to fix it in thing. We got a stand to stand it on, and we got a very nice controller. And yeah, I've bought a camera, so I suppose I could open that and show you, because I haven't been able to go streaming for quite a while, so I'm hoping to start off on this.
It is really big as well.
Yeah, it is big,
compared
isn't it?
to...
I mean, to that one. Oh, don't show them all me junk.
It's not a junk.
There's a console there, but it's amongst a load of junk. The other thing that held me back from... I want to open this carefully. The other thing that held me back from getting this too quickly was the fact that there were no games out for it. And the price of the games are extortionate.
I very quickly just grabbed
what?
PlayStation 3 off the shelf.
You are comparing? Oh yeah, comparing.
It's bigger than the PS3. It's fatter than the PS3. I know it's got more stuff inside, but...
Well, you know, I've gone back to playing the PS3, and I am quite happy with the way it plays. You know, I mean, I'm one of these players that are not so much into playing with loads of people and wanting everything to be there, just like that. As quick as anything, change from one scene to another scene, not have to sit and wait. I mean, I'm sort of old school, having played this sort of stuff for so long that, to me, that's little things. Having to wait an extra 5-10 seconds for something to either launch out or change scenery or something like that. Whatever it is, I don't mind waiting. And I like the PS3. It plays so easily.
You'll notice very fast load speeds on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah. Which is like one of my points, what I was saying. Yeah, that's fine. Because a lot of the youngsters nowadays, they can't darn well wait, can they? Whereas when you've been brought up with other stuff, I'm so trying to open this box without it breaking, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Like I say, being old school, I don't mind having to wait a little while longer. And the wait is not that long; it's seconds only. It's not like it's 5
It depends.
minutes.
There's some games where it is... Well, there's some games on PlayStation 4 that will take up to 5 minutes to load, whereas when they're played on the PS5, they'll take mere seconds. So it is...
Well, this is something, you know, that I'm going to sort of be coming across, isn't it, as I go. But no, and I mean, when this first came out as well, for me there was hardly any games on it. And there's still hardly any games on it now. I find the games have changed so much since I started playing. I mean, I'd buy a game a week when the SNES, it was only the SNES you could get. That was the top rated console at the time. And you could get that. And every week there'd be a different game out for it. And they would be fun games. But, you know, obviously, you just play it on your own. You don't play it with anybody else. But there were some fun games out, and I can't find many fun games out now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you've got Spyro, and you've got Ratchet and Clank, and you've got
Crash Bandicoot.
Sonic and things. Yeah, Crash Bandicoot. But you know, even one of my grandsons borrowed me the Mario one on the Switch the other day, and do you know what? That's how I used to love Mario. I couldn't get on with that at all now.
Well, Odyssey.
Yeah, what's this one down here? Where is it? Yeah, Super Mario Odyssey.
I love
can't
Odyssey.
Get on with that. You'll have to have it back. But there we go. So again, I was expecting a sort of a big. So there's the camera, which we're going to have to.
It looks like an old, like it looks like a futuristic, like mouse, a computer mouse.
Aye, yeah.
But it's not.
It's not. Anyway, so all in all, we have got PS5 non-digital, controller, camera.
Was it worth the 18-month wait almost?
I won't know that until I start to play. And I know I have bought one of the games, which was the only game that I've got any interest for at the moment, and that was a Demon Souls game.
That's
And I
behind
bought
you,
that,
on the desk.
the remastered one, and I bought that because, like I say, I've got that on PS3. And now we've got it on PS5, and I know a lot of people have said, well, it's a load of rubbish. It's not remastered that good. It might be better quality of picture graphics, you know, might be up a little bit more, but gameplay's the same, or perhaps not gameplay so much as just the game is the same. Gameplay could be a little bit quicker or faster or whatever. This one I wanted to get. Now this one says I can have a PS5 upgrade. Scarlet Nexus, that came out today.
Yeah, a lot of PS4 games will have a free PS5 upgrade.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that will mean you'll have a faster frame rate and a better resolution usually.
The only other thing I want to comment, I've just come into my head now on this, is this they're only 820, aren't they? These there's no more memory on that than 820. I think that's what I've been told. Does it say anywhere on here?
It said on the box, yeah, on the other side.
You have to look inside because it doesn't tell you anything outside. Is it
8250?
8250.
So almost almost a terabyte.
Which again I think is a bit of a letdown, because nowadays with all the games.
Can you use an external hard drive? Do you know? You can't.
No, you can't. Not on this. No, this is it. I was talking to somebody that's got one of these, and he is playing. Was it not one of Call of Duty? And he says Call of Duty takes up quite a lot of space.
It does, like 100 gig.
Like 100 gigs, right? And he says he can have that and perhaps something else. But if he wanted any more than like 3 games on there, then he would have to take one away.
What? That is crazy. That is bad.
And
If that's the case, and they're not going to introduce a download to implement hard drives.
Well, no, this is it. I'm sure I read somewhere, because I did go into this quite a bit sometime back along when I kept looking on the computer to see what it said about these, and I'm sure it said, because I've got like Seagate and that here, which I've got on my PS4 and things, and you can't put one of those. You can't put Seagate in it.
That is bad.
I will have another look around and see if there's anything. But you see, it has got quite a few.
Yeah, you've got the
There's
USB.
the HDMI and the thing into the electric. There's the internet ones, and then there's 2 USBs.
Yeah, and there's one at the front as well.
So the one in the front would be, you can do the controller up on.
Well, no, because you flip it onto the front. So that is where your controller goes in now.
Right. Okay.
So your controller will go into there. So there's 3 memory. There's 3 USB hubs. Where's the controller cable?
There's a controller cable.
That's nice. That's for the power.
Oh.
Probably amongst all
Yeah,
this.
that's. Hang on. that's empty. Up we go. Oh, hang on. What's the little box here? There you go. I don't know what I'd do without you.
So yeah, that'll plug into. Let me see.
There you go. I think I got one
Oh
of those.
no! So it is. What the hell? This is so. I don't understand this. So they have a port there.
Yeah.
For where you would put this.
That.
I'll even plug it in to show you.
Yeah.
So
Do you want me
can
to
see.
undo it? I was going to say.
Right. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then there's a. I haven't got that on the controller.
No. So you have to take this out, plug that in to the other one, into the standard USB slot like you would usually.
So that means that you cannot play the controller while you're charging it up here as well.
You can, but look at this. Watch.
No, you can't.
That is what they've done. Look at that.
Well, that makes absolutely no sense at all. If you can't use that.
Yeah, you can, but they've got what I'm saying is they have a slot for USB 3. They got a USB-C port here, and a USB like a normal thing
one
here. Why do they have both of them side by side if they only give you a USB to USB-C cable? That will plug into that. That's how you do that. But why have they got a connector on the front of the console if they're not going to give you a cable to go with it?
Yeah.
I think from a position of architecture, the console is awful. It's really not good. It doesn't look nice at all compared to the PlayStation 1. Even do you remember the fat PlayStation 3s?
Oh, crumbs, yes.
Even those looked nice. They weren't functional because they were so big and they overheated. But they weren't this. They weren't you got a matte texture on the top and then a glossy
King.
here. Color wise, it doesn't really work because you've got again a gloss, a nice matte plastic, and then a glossy reflective surface.
And what about putting some little doodads in each corner so that it's not resting the whole thing on a hard surface?
Well, that's where this comes in.
Ah, right. If you want to use it.
You have to turn it up like that and find a way to sit that on there somehow. Try and put it on.
Have a look in the box and see if there's any, inside the lid. It might tell you how to put it on.
I think you just got to lift it up and turn it. I mean, I don't know. Is there a
No, that's for air, so you can't. Surely you can't put that on, can you?
Well, that's the only way you would do it because it's.
And what's this little hole here for?
I think that's the way you have to put it on.
Do you not think it might be this way?
No, because the logo's upside down.
Oh, sod the logo. I'm getting very fed up with this.
No, it's not. You got to do it upside down because you got to do it the other way around. Because look. There you go. Does it not clip in anywhere?
Well, it's in fairly firm, but again, Carl, you're going to keep putting that on. You're going to start wearing away. You're going to start wearing away the surface of the bloody thing.
Flip it around now to pull it down.
If it falls over.
That is awful. Try and place it down.
What? Which way round?
Other way around.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Careful. Well, that is in, but look how it looks like a leaning Tower of Pisa.
I was going to say it's all leaning in.
I mean, it's not an flat surface.
Well, I shan't be using that, that's for sure. But I really do think they should have put something.
Yeah, I think
some
it's
little
scratched.
doodads. each corner. You're going to be, if you don't, you don't sort of realise for yourself I better put a cloth down to put it on top of a cloth. Have those got anything?
Yeah, they have got pads.
They got pads underneath them.
Do you want to take it? Just show.
Well, yeah. Look, two are missing, but it's had a lot of wear and tear.
Flip that over. Look at the size compared to it.
I mean, it's 3/4 of the size of that, and nearly half the size of the height.
And this is meant to be an upgrade. That's old.
It's meant to be top of the range.
That's two console generations old now. I'll tell you. That's two console generations old now. This is.
Well, still going on with the PS3s. What about my little one over there? Look at that. That's a dinky. I love that little PS3.
Oh yeah, the top loader one.
Yeah. I mean, look at it.
You can sit on top of it. Look.
Yeah, you just got your disc in there.
It's
and
both ways.
Plays like a blooming dream, I tell you.
Bloody hell.
But again,
I should preface for people watching, we are both PlayStation fans, but the fact that this is meant to be the newest console, it's bigger than the last three combined.
I tell you what, sitting here looking at that top is awful.
It is dirty. You can't really pick up on camera.
Horrible great big black smudge in the middle of it. It doesn't have show now I'm sat at this level. Right there.
Yeah, we can see it. I'm not sure if it's still sun. It's not the sun because my hand's in the way of the blinds and it's still there. Right there.
And you can see very faintly there's quite a few more. There's quite a few more. They're very faint under the surface.
And the thing about a glossy surface as well is any bit of dust is going to pick up on here. And it is picking up on the camera. Might not pick it up very well. But dust is building up.
For a start, anything black will pick up dust, whether it's furniture or anything. Furniture is awful for picking up dust if it's black. Shiny stuff, like you say, if you brush the dust off, it attracts it back on again to a shiny surface. But, I am really, really annoyed about this top.
I think in terms of design, outward design, they've regressed massively. I think for whatever it is that they're whatever they're selling inside could have easily fit a smaller console or just one that doesn't look so ugly.
I was just going to say, going back to the tiny PS3, and we're saying about the size compared to that, it's obviously smaller because it hasn't got the internet workings inside it and all of the stuff like these newer ones have. I don't think that one has.
They do.
Do they?
Yeah. The only reason that's bigger is because this is meant to have a bunch more. I think it's got like a dedicated graphics driver and card.
They're trying to push it more towards a mini PC, aren't they?
It is essentially a computer now. It's gone from being consoles to
computers. And I mean, the more I look at that top in that mark eye, the more cross I'm getting.
I can really see it. Yeah. I mean, the camera's not picking up as well, but you can see just in the centre there's this white smudge that's more kind of pronounced than anything else. And it's not the sun. Even though the sun's shining through, it's not the sun because I was standing in front of it and you can still see it.
Will it show any different if you stick the camera right down close to it? Does it look as though it's anything?
It's not really picking it up because the camera's not great quality. But
no, that is wow. All in all, I'm really, really more disappointed in this now than I was before. And going back to what my opinions before were that I didn't go and pre-order it when it was first talked about because I thought, I'll wait and see. I don't like the look of it, and but there were so many other different things coming out about it as well. And then when people first started getting them, I was getting a lot of feedback of, what problems people were having, even trying to set it up and everything. I mean, there's so much. And then the price of the games as well. I mean...
They've gone up by like £10 now, so...
Did you bloody hell more than that? This
it's actually... yeah.
This is $69 or $79.99.
Yeah. So normally games, when they first launch, are... What, on PlayStation 4 were $49.99 or $54.99.
Absolutely.
So basically about £50 in English money and $60 in America.
Yeah.
Now it's almost £100, £100 for a single game.
Wow.
And as you said, if you own too many of the games, your console will fill up. If you can't have external hard drive, I'm not buying one at all. That is disgusting. If they haven't got... Because the thing is, I would be more accepting of it if we hadn't have had external hard drive support for consoles since Xbox 360. Right. So Xbox 360, that Xbox 360 up on the shelf behind you, the white one, has had external hard drive, external memory drive for years.
I think...
Since like 2010.
I was going to buy a Seagate for that because I bought a Seagate for all of my other PlayStation consoles. I got one for the Pro and I got one for the one that come before the Pro. I had... And then I got my God of War one up there. That I bought a Seagate for that as well. I don't know why I bought so many, but
it might
they
run.
Won't go over to the Xbox. They're not compatible.
It might run amazingly, and it might be a great gaming immersion, and the controller is really nice.
Yeah.
But I, as someone that's just observing it from the outside, the first time I've seen it now in person, I'm not happy with it for you.
I mean, I don't like doing this sort of thing, but the more I'm looking at that top, the more I want to get a skin to put over the top of it.
Yeah.
You know, to hide that up, because I think that brings this. If I wanted to take this out now and sell it, I don't think I could sell it for what I've just bought it for because of that on the top of it. Even though it's brand new.
Do you want to tilt it up onto it so we can see it from...
See, from this, now it looks white. When I'm sat down on the chair here, the sight across it is black.
Lay it back down again. Yeah. We can see it. I can see it. This angle is best for it.
Now, looking at it here, that is black. Yeah, look at another way, it's white. There's a defect there.
Yeah. It almost looks like, you know when plastic... This is plastic.
Yeah.
You know when plastic like bends, and it gets a tension point where it gets like a... It gets to like a white colour, and then it almost breaks. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, because when you look at this, they have sort of bent this corner to corner at an angle because it's down here and it's up there, and then they've sort of twisted it round at the front here a little bit. They've had to sort of bend that always. Yeah, because it's up there and it goes down like there, but then it goes down onto that corner. So
that probably is what it is, because it's got like it's got a wavy design to it. And yet the way you're sort of being able to lift it up there, it bends without ease.
Fragile.
I'm not pushing that with tension.
No. Well, it does this one as well. Yeah.
It literally, the edges are like...
If you had somebody a little bit stronger, they could probably rip that whole top off.
If I wanted to break it, I could. I don't want to.
No, I don't know why ever do they think that this was a good thing to put out on the market. But there are a lot of people that like it.
And what's crazy is, with everything looks-wise, they sold out so quickly to the point where the Sony can't distribute them properly because scalpers keep buying them. And when they do get in stores, they're gone within seconds. And what I was saying earlier in the video is, when you the store that you bought this from, you were told they were having some in. And how many did they tell you that they had in?
They didn't tell me at the time, and they wouldn't have told me if I hadn't asked.
How many did they say?
16.
And 16, and we don't want to say where we live, but we live in a fairly big town. You got 16 for an entire town's worth of people. Probably about, what would you say the population is here?
Yeah, one shop with 16 in. I don't know any of the other shops around in town, but I haven't heard that they are anywhere else. But no,
They
16 of these and 4 of the digital.
20 consoles for an entire...
For a store.
For a store for an entire town's worth of people. Or a county, or actually. Well, actually, where it's located is on the border of 2 counties.
2 counties. Mm.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's the sort of level of we're running with.
Yeah, I
Sony.
mean, thinking about the town where I came from, which was over the border, there's no way that they've got anything to do with technical stuff. No, none of the shops up there are, because it's a very old-fashioned town.
Yeah, I know.
And so people would be coming over the border to here to try and pick up one of these.
Which you're not really allowed to do at the moment either because of COVID. Thing is, we understand that as well, COVID has had an impact on all of this over the last year and a half. But why Sony thought it was a good idea to release the console with all this going on, where their core audience for a majority of last year was stuck indoors. So they were getting almost quadruple the amount of players because people weren't able to work.
Another thing I did say when I was told how many the store had been allocated, and I said, how ridiculous. I expected you to say that you at least had like 50 or 100 in. And they said no. Apparently Sony are supposedly releasing them in very small quantities.
Yeah, they are.
Because they don't want a mad rush on them, so that the shops are packed over with people scrabbling to get PS5s, because they know a particular shop has got 100 or so in there. They want to stop that happening in the shops. They want to stop people stampeding in the shops to get them, like it's, you know, a big Black Friday sale when it's not.
Was anyone stampeding today when you went?
Absolutely not. There one man in front of me, he bought one. And the other day when I went in to put the deposit down on it, there was a young lad in there, he was doing a deposit as well. So that was me, the young lad, and another man. So far that's 3 people I've seen in the shop over the course of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, for 4 days. And I know that I heard the chappie behind the counter say that they've still got the digital ones left. So, but I mean, really and truly, if they've sold 16 of these in, like, they had them in on the Monday, so say 5 days. If they've sold 16, that's roughly 3 a day. Which for a shop that is a gaming shop that sells all this stuff, to me, that is diabolical. 3 a day. I would have expected, if I was running the shop, many more than that to be sold out on a brand new thing, you know, that's had so much hype about it, and what people have been waiting for. I mean, how long since it first came out? Has this lot just come out? This batch just been put down in the shops? Is quite a long time. And I'm sure that people like me, you know, waiting for it. And to be quite honest, if I hadn't been told that the shop was going to get them in, I might not have bothered. I might still have waited. Because you see, everybody now is shouting, oh, there's going to be a PS5 Pro. But somebody says, yeah, in a couple of years' time.
It won't be a couple of years' time. They 100%, they've already designed it. They are just going to wait until this is sold out as much as possible, and then they're going to sell it. That's what they do. They make them. Yeah. They come up with the idea of all the different variety of consoles at the start of the console system at the cycle. And then they release it slowly over time to make the most amount of money.
Everything happens like that. I mean, whatever thing you're into, whether it's technical stuff, whether it's retail stuff, even if it's groceries, groceries, they're looking a season ahead already. What is in the shops now? They're already a season. They've probably done their Christmas stuff, and they're looking into the spring of next year of what groceries would be about. And for retail, for clothing and that, I mean, clothing is moving at a pace all the time. You know, I know for a fact that stores like Marks and Spencer's, again, they've already done their winter stuff. They're probably into next spring as well, with all the people behind the scenes. And it's going to be the same with all this tech stuff. Going to be exactly the same. They're always moving on. The mobile phones, you know, you buy a new mobile phone this year, next year there'll be another one.
That's it.
And it'll go on. And how far can it go? How far can this sort of thing go? We'll be turning back into computers, won't we? When we've already got computers. And they're going to be making computers that are better than computers.
I just want to say again, speaking for the both of us, we are both die-hard PlayStation fans.
Yes.
So just so we haven't, just because we have opinions on it, doesn't mean that we don't like it. In fact, I think the mark of a true fan of something is someone that is willing to speak out against this sort of thing, especially when it's just wrong.
Well, you know, I think we're just trying to put over, for me at least, I'm trying to put over my disappointment.
Yeah, of course.
I'm so disappointed in this. I mean, the same as some of the latest games they brought out that have been followed on from games that I used to play 20, 30 years ago. A lot of them, I'm so disappointed in them as well. But I suppose myself, I need to move on a bit. Probably I'm stuck too much back in the past, what I used to play. And you know, I'm all for getting something new and something new and something exciting. To me, this is not exciting. New, it's only because it's a different shape, but it's still PlayStation at the heart of it. It's still Sony PlayStation. It's, you know, nobody's. See, they've got the market now, haven't they? Microsoft and Sony have got the market now. Again, going back years ago when all this first started coming out, you had other companies as well that were bringing out stuff.
Atari.
You had Atari,
Jaguar.
and you had Neo Geo, Jaguar. Yeah, I don't know who Neo Geo belonged to.
No idea. Sega. Yeah, the Genesis, Mega Drive.
Mega Drive, yeah.
Now you've only really got Sony and
they've all been
Sony and Microsoft.
sort of compacted down into PlayStation, Sony, and
I mean, Nintendo's always doing its own thing on the side, but it is now just Sony and Microsoft.
Has not Nintendo been taken over by somebody else?
They've always owned. Nintendo's always been Nintendo.
It has.
Yeah.
Before that, it was Super Famicom.
Well, that was the name of the console.
That was back in the day.
Yeah.
It was Super Famicom, and then all of a sudden came out as the NES. First of all, from the NES to the SNES, to then in between there was the Dreamcast, and then there was the Nintendo 64.
Dreamcast was Sega.
Dreamcast was Sega, but they didn't survive. The Wii hasn't really survived that much.
Well, the Wii and the Wii U just turned into the Switch because the Wii was introduction to motion control.
Yeah.
The Wii U introduced the small little hands thing,
and the PS Vita as well. PS Vita didn't really survive.
I missed that.
There's nothing out now that you can buy in the shop for a PS Vita.
Well, they stopped making games.
They stopped making all of it, didn't they? That shows that it was. And I don't know about the VR. I don't think the VR has progressed much now.
This doesn't have VR. I don't think.
No.
It might do. I'm not sure, but as far
I haven't read that it has.
I tried to look at to see if any games recent games had Resident Evil 7 had VR for PlayStation 4, and it was really good. It was really scary.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Village came out, didn't have VR.
Didn't have VR, no.
So I'm thinking they're probably stopping the VR for the console as well.
Well, I don't know. It's all. There's
turn into a mini little debate.
I'm worrying about how long we've been on here.
Yeah, we should probably wrap that
up. Won't they, with us talking? We should have put this up as a blog rather than an unboxing. A blog or a bog or a vlog or fog or whatever it is.
That's the bog.
That's the bog. That's the But we better pack it in, and the next thing I'm going to do, obviously, is I'll sort of plug it all in and gear it all up and give it a go and try to get some streaming done. I don't know if I've been able to do that now today. But the thing is, all in all, a big disappointment, folk. And I know there's a lot of you will say, no, it's great. But it's just opinions. And I hope you've all enjoyed this little sort of get together, and been quite enjoyable. Got something a little bit different to do today. And the next time you'll see this is if you follow me on when I stream, and it'll be Demon Souls will be going on. And then I'm not sure about this PS4 game. I don't know. I don't know why I thingied it at the time. Don't know why I... But there's nothing about. Not that I like much. So anyway, we will stop it there, cameraman. And we will say bye from the Gamer Granny. A very disappointed Gamer Granny.